Good afternoon, guys. I'm finally back home in Boston, and I wanted to do a little more of a sit-down video today. And this is a little more niche, definitely, than most of the videos on this channel. And I want to talk about a few, primarily two of the massive, truly underappreciated and underused ways to quote-unquote hack personal finance or do really, really well with some benefits here and there, and you'll see what I mean in a second once you get up to the point of making a few $100,000 a year. Now, one of these methods I have talked through before on the channel. The second one, I don't think I ever have. And then there's a third little thing I'll mention that some people do, but a lot of people, and it seems basic, never really do. But the first two are the big ones. These will make you tens of thousands of dollars a year in cash or cash equivalent terms, off an income of anywhere from 100 to 500-600 grand a year. And so if you don't make that amount of money, no worries, just watch this video, keep them in your pocket for when that time comes. And if you do, then this video was specifically made for you right now to watch for the next few minutes and then walk away, and you'll be able within a day or two to start these systems that I can guarantee it are going to make you, if you follow through on them, tens of thousands, if not more, dollars per year. I don't think legally I can actually guarantee it, so I take that back, but about as close as I can get to doing that, I'm doing it for the things I'm about to spiel about. Okay guys, and before we continue, I want to tell you about something happening in the markets right now. It is pretty hard to ignore, and that's what's been happening with gold. For those who have been living under a rock, gold has been on a generational bull run. We're talking gold reaching over $4,000 an ounce for the first time in history. And this chart is gold versus the S&P 500 and other asset classes throughout history. If you just think about all the stockbrokers out there, Warren Buffett, all the PE guys, etc., all of them have been beaten by a metal that's shiny from the ground. But this whole gold run isn't just retail hype or speculation, and the biggest financial institutions in the world are saying that the rally is just getting started. So Bank of America sees gold reaching $5,000 an ounce in 2026, and then here's JP Morgan saying the same, and also Goldman Sachs. And when gold moves, gold stocks tend to move alongside them and even harder, because it's a leveraged play. You're not just betting on the commodity, you're betting on the companies pulling it out of the ground. And that's why I want to highlight the sponsor of today's video, TooGood Gold. And TooGood is publicly traded under the ticker symbols TGC on the TSXV and TGGCF on the OTCQB. And I want to tell you a little bit about this gold stock. First, they have 100% ownership of a high-grade gold project in Newfoundland. They're not licensing and they're not sharing, they own the entire project, which means all the upside goes to their shareholders. Second, their team has a proven track record. They've delivered over $3 billion in shareholder returns, most recently with Snowline Gold, which is now individually worth over $2.2 billion. So these are not first-time operators hoping to get lucky, and they know how to build massive companies and return value to shareholders. And then third, they're actually drilling right now, and the initial results are impressive. Out of 30 drill holes, 10 have identified visible high-grade gold, and more of those results are still pending. So we're not talking about site potential years from now. We're talking about active drilling with real results coming in. Now, of course, this is an early stage exploration-focused company, so there is always risk here, but things like having proven management with a great track record, 100% ownership of a high-grade project, and active drilling showing promising results in the greatest bull run in a long time for gold, then that is the kind of asymmetric setup that gets attention. And again, the context matters here. Gold is breaking all-time highs, institutional forecasts are bullish, central banks are buying, and gold stocks typically outperform the commodity itself during bull runs due to operational leverage. So if gold goes from 4,000 to 5,000 like the big banks are projecting, that's a 25% move in the underlying commodity, but the leverage play is the commodity stocks that could have higher upside than that 25%. And so for a final time, TooGood is positioned in the middle of that. Proven team, active drilling, high-grade project, and small market cap. So thanks to the awesome team over at TooGood Gold for sponsoring this video, and of course, guys, always do your own due diligence. And you can do that at the link in the description, where there's things like a full company presentation with drill results, project details, and the team background. And again, those ticker symbols are up on the screen. So go look into them, do your own research, look at the data, and I think you'll be excited. And that in mind, let's get back to the video. And I'll just get into it, right? So method number one, again, I've talked about this before, is just credit cards. But the thing is, everyone goes about it wrong. But also, the deeper I've gotten into the credit card system, what I've realized is it's effectively just a wealth tax from people who pay 20+% APRs on their credit card to people who spend a lot of money, to the wealthy quote unquote class. And I don't think that system is right, but the whole incentive structure, rewards programs of credit cards are so, once you get deep into it, just completely set up to benefit people who spend a lot of money. And this is to such an extent that if you make a few $100,000 a year or more, you can get 10 to 30% cash back on basically all of your purchases if you structure them correctly. Now, I talked about this in another video, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but there's essentially a 3-part system here, and what you have to do to actually make this work for you is just spend, let's say, 1 to 200 grand a year or more in cash. If you spend that amount of money, you're going to get, again, 10, 20+% cash backs if you set up your credit card reward system correctly. Now, what you want to do there in terms of the actual system is first, just you want to get 1 to 2 new cards per year that have really good intro bonuses. That'll be 100,000 to 200,000 points, and to qualify for those, you have to spend, let's say, 10 to 20 grand. Now, if you spend 1 to 200 grand a year, no worries, just route that through the 1 to 2 new cards a year. That right there is 200,000 to 400,000 points. Now, on top of that, you want to match your spend to cards that reward exactly that spend. For example, if you spend 300 grand a year on ads, we'll just go get a card that gives you 4x points or 4% base cash back on that spend. If you spend that on travel, get a card that optimizes your rewards for travel spend. And so your base reward rates are going to be anywhere from 2x to 4x on all of your spend. So let's say you spend 100 grand, let's say 150 grand a year. So you get 2x, that's 300,000 points right there. And then let's say you cycle through 2 new cards that are, let's say, average 150,000 points. That is 600,000 credit card points per year and a base, let's say, 6% cash back. And then if you spend those points correctly, if you just got it back in cash, that would be 6%. If you spend them correctly, like on international flights and travel are typically where you get the highest yields, that 6% becomes 15%, 20%. And so you can subsidize tens of thousands of dollars per year on travel with those 600,000 points. And let's say it's 40 grand in flights that you got off the 600,000 points. In reality, it would be a lot more. Even if it was just $40,000 worth of flights that you got for those 600,000 points off an income of $150,000, that's an insane, 40% cash back. So you can watch the other videos on how exactly to do that, and I walk through it, but basically just, if you're not paying attention to that, right? If you make a ridiculous amount of money, if you make 20 million bucks a year, I don't care, do whatever you want. But if you're in the 100 grand, 300 grand, 500 grand, like that range there, that's when I think you can get the real, just maximum actual return per dollar in a way that's actually going to impact your life. You're not so wealthy that you can just spend on whatever you want, but also being able to spend at the degree that you do is what is going to get you that cash back and those rewards that can actually influence your life and allow you to upgrade your lifestyle here and there pretty consistently for no extra work or spend on your part. So that's number 1. Now, I'm gonna get to the third one in just a minute here, but number 2 is the second really big focus of this video. Again, this is something I've never talked about on this channel, and what I wanna preface this with is you do need to know what you're doing for this one. You can do really well with it, but absolutely do your research and make sure you know what you're doing before you even consider this. But once I talk through it, I think you'll understand why this is so powerful. And so I'll walk you through the process, and again, it'll take me a minute to get through it, but again, you'll see in just a second why you can factor out a lot of the risk here and basically earn money for free just by function of having capital in the first place. And so the magic word here is margin. I know that's a scary word. I know that's a risky word. We're gonna talk through it. Now, there's 2 types of margin, right? One of them, if you go and you have your brokerage account or your stock account and you wanna borrow money to go and do things with stocks or in any kind of asset class, has fixed margin rates. And that means the amount you pay or the amount of margin you can have is fixed per some set of arbitrary rules that are out there. It depends on the platform, the amount of money you have. That's one side of it. The other side of it, or the second type of margin, is called portfolio margin, and that prices the amount of margin you need to have to place a trade based on risk. So that means if you place super safe trades, you need very little margin for those trades. If you place super risky trades, you're going to need a lot more protection or collateral to cover that trade. But the problem with margin in the first place is that you have to pay interest, you have to take on risk to go and use that margin. Require very little margin on one side of things, but also never actually have to pay interest on that margin, but still get the benefit or the yield of owning the margin or having access to it. So that's what you can do if you sell options on portfolio margin with a good amount of capital under your control. Because this is the, and again, watch other videos, read some books, like learn to understand this. But if you sell a put, and a put is, again, type of option, you should know what you're talking about here. If you sell puts, you don't actually need to borrow the money. So if that's portfolio or margin or just margin money, you never actually take out the margin and have to pay the interest rates, but you just say the margin is collateral. But if they're extremely safe options, if you're selling extremely safe puts, then the amount of margin required for that is extremely low, meaning you can get really, really good leverage on very safe trades out of your existing base of capital. So as an example here, let's say you have $100,000 in your brokerage account, which is the minimum required typically for portfolio margin. If you have the 100 grand, and let's say you can get 10x leverage with portfolio margin, normally if you wanted to actually use the margin, you'd have to pay, and you're taking on a lot of risk because you don't have anywhere near the actual $1 million in cash, right? But if you sell $1 million worth of puts, and they're the incredibly safe puts, you only make 3% a year, which is very, very low for selling puts. That 3% a year is 30 grand. 30 grand is 30% of $100,000. Now, I'm not saying the math always works out like that, but if you, and this is the hard part, because people, you know, you're Icarus, you want to go for the sun and chase the returns. If you can just leverage very effectively and place uber safe trades, right? Sell puts that are the safest thing under the sun, where you're making 1% a year, 3% a year, 4% a year on the margin. But remember, you're never actually taking the margin out of the bank. You're never actually paying interest because you never need the collateral for the trade unless the trade gets called. And if you place trades where it's a 1 in 100,000 probability that you lose it or you get called on it, then you never pay the interest and you get the 1, 2, 3, 4% a year. And if you do, you have the cash to cover it, right? You make a lot of money, you can afford it. But otherwise, you just stack a very low return on money that's not yours, that you're getting massive leverage out of. And so if you can make 2% a year off $3 million, that's not yours. That's still $5,000 a month. That's basically free money if you price risk correctly and you do this safely. So again, this one, you want to know what you're doing, but if you know what you're doing and you make a few hundred grand a year, you can make an amount of money, an amount of return or yield that is actually impactful relative to your income and your lifestyle. Now, if you combine the credit card system and this system, that's a pretty fantastic return to help you get to that next tier of income, to donate the money, to give it to your friends, to go on trips, whatever you want to do with those funds. So those were the big two for this video. I don't see many people talk about them, so just wanted to put those two out there for all of you guys that have your own business, that work an awesome job, that make great money already. And if that's you, hey, you know, congrats and spend it well. Now, the quick number 3 that I want to mention here, and just a shout out to this one, is buying things in bulk. I just never see people talk about it. Some people do it. Seems kind of obvious, but you know what? If you can't afford it, buying in bulk lowers the cost of things. And so you can just buy a month worth of groceries in advance and you can cut the cost there by 20-30%. This one is more for the personal finance nerds out there. Shout out to you guys who want to pinch pennies, but you can make pretty incredible savings literally just by buying everything you would otherwise purchase, but do it at once in bulk. And you would be surprised how in bulk can get and how much savings you can get by doing that. So if you make that amount of money, guys, just number 1, buy back your time so you can just be healthier, happier, more productive, and then number 2, buy things in bulk. Anyway, that was the spiel for today, a little different than normal, but I hope it was helpful for the some of you that this is relevant for, and all of you, because you will all be here no matter what point you are at currently. That said, I wish you a happy and joyful day wherever you are in the world, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.